Hey all, this is Analysis, and this is episode 14 now or part 14 of the very special challenge. Because I don't like to say the full name. Instead of that, we'll continue where we left off. I haven't played any extra here. So the thing that we're doing, of course, is we're stealing some stuff. We never got like the 99, hard edges or 99 copper bangles. And the reason for that was, of course, because again, like the level of the party shouldn't really matter, but it seems like it's either that or it's just that the hard edges and copper bangles are way harder to steal. Because here, like even with the 4 atomic scissors that we have gotten, it has still been like very easy. It has been a very easy steal. It hasn't been hard at all. See, that's the whole thing, right? That yes, the steal hasn't been hard. It's a very big deal, the fact that the steal hasn't been hard at all. And stuff that at most you steal 2 times and then you get it and stuff that, right? Very fun that you can see the unit cannon from there. Stuff that, okay, we get the side encounter, which is not the best. So we steal. We need, of course, to steal twice. Maybe at most. And then watch now on not having that RNG again, not having the whole 2 stealer. That would be really bad. Oh, that's a double steal again. Because here's the thing, like, if we constantly get it on the second steal, or whatever, right? If we constantly keep getting it on the I don't know why it's doing it extra much now. I feel like that was the second steal that failed there. Okay. But I mean, if it's like that the majority of the time, right, then it's not really that bad. But maybe it's because we didn't kill off the other guy, I don't know. I think that's 4 or 3, 5. Yeah, when I spoke, right, 6. Seven, okay. I mean, that is still like on the much lower end of things. So that's not like bad at all. Like sure, there was 7 attempts, but comparison to how long it often took, like on average, right? On average, it was never really a quick steal. Only when it was a critical was it kind of like a lucky steal or whatever, right? I'm gonna set the limit big. So keep in mind that I am gonna have to fight the Midgard Solom again. Because I've decided that even though we have access to a Chocobo now, the Chocobo was as a reward for basically defeating it the first time with a team. But now basically just been like, oh Claude, you have proven yourself that you can defeat the Midgard Solom, but can you defeat it solo? And stuff that, right? That's the whole thing, So we have 6 atomic scissors. The thing is, though, I think that the 2 robots are the maximum that we can encounter. I don't think there's a triple robot encounter or triple custom sweeper encounter. Again, it is very annoying that it's doing that very often. Steal anything? Two attempts. I'm gonna count now so we can get an actual accurate number. 3 attempts. Four attempts. One attempt, okay. One attempt. Yeah, see, like you're getting like mathematic would be really easy. 2 attempts. Yet, 3 attempts, okay. Finishing touch. I think we're actually going to use Cure to not healing instead. You can still see why this is considerably faster than ever getting like the hard edges and stuff that we already have 8 atomic scissors. Let's go 2 instead. Q2 is how much? Q2 is 24, yeah, so there it is more expensive. So yeah, so it's always, here it's more expensive by 2 now. Before it was more expensive by 1, and here now it's more expensive by 2. What's that called? Sokobog. Sokobog would have been good, right? If we didn't have all the limit breaks so far. I mean, it's really good at getting kills and stuff like that. But yeah, now the thing is, the solo bear thing is going to be very interesting when that happens, because you know, several reasons. Yeah, I just had to bite it a bit. I don't know if that fixes it. No. Hopefully that doesn't make it worse. Okay, second attempt. It is way worse than it has ever been before. Like it keeps getting worse and worse. You know. Can we actually see target it? Because I'm pretty certain that it dies in a single bolt. Yeah. Okay. One. Two. 3. 4. 5, okay. And now we have network scissors. Let's save. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the D-pad instead. I kind of wish that they sold an actual old school controller actually. Instead that they sold like a version of this that does not have the analog sticks. Or whatever, right? Or that you had something that could act like an analog stick but actually be a D-pad instead. Stuff that like, oh, so maybe you couldn't do diagonal inputs or whatever, right? But you know, something that doesn't have like the thing. Oh, you can actually go over pretty close there. Can you meet even the enemies over here, by the way? see how much Ice 2 deals here. I know that these are probably not weak to it. It's decent. You can make it all the way there to where you can be very, very close to Unknown. It's absolutely crazy that you can get that close, actually. Okay, how much does Ice All do? Does Ice All kill them? Shall we test that? Nope. Casting 2 Ice All is still better than casting a single Ice 2, actually. Till you of course start getting more MP. Now one thing that I would have done with the material system is that make it even more like extreme. Like for example, like once you get 2 stars on something, then I would have had like the deals modified change. Now it would have been like -2 strength plus 2 magic, -3 HP but max MP plus 3 instead. And then when it reaches tier 3, it will be -3 strength plus 3 magic, -4 HP but plus 4 MP and stuff like that. So it would have had like a stronger effect and stuff like that. And I know that there are materials that start already like with a stronger effect and stuff like that, but still it would be nice, you know. Not a robot. Although I'm curious, right? These are high potions. Right. I think these are high potions. I want to check actually. Yeah, because we can build a meter here. So we need to get 300,000 before we reach. See, it's much better now when I'm not using it at all. And I mean, the thing is that it was designed for being used with the new pad because when the game was released. Because the analog controller did not exist yet. Because keep in mind that they released an analog controller stick first before they did the DualShock. Was that a critical? I think there was a critical steal actually. Yo! I don't think that was a critical steal. That was used actually a regular steal, but it's used that you have a very high chance of maybe getting it on the first one or on the second attempt. And even then, right, the most that I needed was like 7 steals, I think, or 6 steals or whatever it was. Okay, 12 atomic scissors. Yes, you can only get 2 at a time, which means that 10 battles is going to be 20. Right, yeah, 10 battles is going to be 20. 20 battles is going to be 40, so on and so forth. Actually, you know what? Stealing high potions so is actually completely worth it. Yeah. I'm pretty certain that we can escape here. So we should have 2 high potions, correct? It's 5 potions, customers. So we have 2 potion, high potion. Oh. Yeah, because those are gonna be sold anyway. Yeah. Oh. And there's this mystical music. No, 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 no. I like how the song develops. These are called Confang, yeah. It reminds me, oh, now that we have the hard edge, the Mithril Saber is completely unusable, which is a bit sad because the Mithril Saber looks really, really cool. But actually, you know what? What to Because again, 15 AP is actually very, very good. Not gonna lie, now it's not a lot in terms of what the levels are now, certain other things, but yeah, comp is gonna be important though because we can sell the Peacemaker, we get there, that's about the thing. Okay, finally. I've been waiting for you. What are you talking? And I'm planning to do a list, by the way, I've talked about this many times. I want to do a top 100 characters of all time, or whatever, like my favorite, like, just video game characters, I think, because putting in movie characters would be weird. So that's cool. Three. 4. 5. Okay, this is gonna be a late one. I like how they have tails for legs. I think that was 5 or 6. So is it gonna be the 7th here? I think that's number 6. I think. Maybe I lost count. Seven, okay, that's fine. What we bolt here. The thing is, eventually, of course, our cure will get strong. It's not that bad, so 1. 2. 3. Okay, 3 is completely fine. I can't feel lost and more heats what you do. And experience-wise, that is not too bad. 14 atomic scissors. Yeah, like I feel like it's not gonna take that long at all. All things considered, like the encounter doesn't seem to be that bad. And I never realized that it's basically just north of Midgar that you kind of go. And stuff like that. Ooh. The fact that you can get in 2 times an hour as well. Couldn't steal anything. Maybe it's just better to cast Bolt Ball twice instead, because that will be less MP actually. I think. Two. 3. I'm gonna need to. think this might be 3 here. Can I lost the count a little bit here? 3. 4. Okay, that's fine. 1. Okay, we will have MP for 1 more heal. So I think that is. Four. 5. 1. I think that's 6. Maybe it's 5. Actually, what now? I'm gonna check something first here. Do we have we do have high potions we could use up. We do have high potions, yeah. I think that's 6. 7. 8. 9. Heal up. Yeah, I mean, probably if this would have only been 1, this would have been way easier. I think that's 9. This is really bad if we're gonna miss out on 1, because I don't want to waste both high potions here. I think that's 10. Okay. That's good. We need to use up the high potion there. We're very close to leveling up now. Okay. And as I said again, we have to get all the weapons for Claude, by the way, and stuff like that. And if we get multipliers of something, we can like sell it and stuff like that, right? But all the gears for party members will always be sold. We will never be allowed to equip party members with different gear. And yes, I know that Red 13 did a bunch of things in that one fight and stuff like that, but that was just because that fight is just completely free anyway. That fight was never a threat or anything, right? It wasn't a challenge at all, right? It was used to speed up. So we could stop using real magic. And while I did hit a boss as well, you know, it was just, you know. Let's hit the thing again. Okay. Okay, 1 steal. Steel. Three steel. Four steel. Five. These don't get so bad now, like why are you? Five. I was complimenting you before. Six. And that's one early heal actually here. So I think this will be full health. I'm not really I think this will be 6 here. 6. 7. 8. I mean, even if this starts getting slow now, it is still way faster because they attack way faster. 9. 10. I think it's 10, but you know, I just don't want to say like when I actually see the display message here. 11. 12. 13. 10k. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. The counter, like the counter you before previously. 7. I'm gonna say that I miscounted at one point there. 8. 8, yeah. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Is it gonna be the next one then, or 2 or 1 more? 14. 15, I think, is the highest we had before. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. I think we're already at 20, whatever. Oh, this is 21. Just gonna say that it's bugged. The 2, it cannot require this many. Like when you can sometimes get it on. The 2. Or 21. The 3. And 4, that is extremely rare. The 4. The 5 steals, okay. I feel like you know that's just sometimes just that like maybe I got the wrong several times. Maybe we were actually at 26 or 27 or something like that. Maybe, you know, I mean, you should regain the level and everything, but you know, like, why was that still so hard here? So how close are we to 5-2? Not so close. I mean, maybe equipping Chocobo Lure would be helpful here and stuff that, right? Because I'm thinking about, oh, maybe what if we don't use, what if we instead just put lightning on the weapon and stuff like that could be something we could do. So we are waiting at some scissors there. Level 23 Cloud. But does it have, does it have to do with the amount that you've stolen and stuff like why is it sometimes just like, haha, get screwed over, Claude? Because here's the thing, I don't mind it being 6 attempts or even like 7 or 10 or whatever, considering how quick this fight is. You know, like the main problem with the Soldier 3rd is first you have the whole, oh, you have to wait for the message, okay. First time scissors steal, okay, that's nice. You know, a 1 stealer, that is very good. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7, okay, that's fine. Yeah, it seems like certain of the attacks are doing less damage. It seems that W machine gun is doing less damage, but it actually seems like automatic actually does more damage. Så resten av 28 mot scissors. Oh, using the protect west. Right, so we have 74 physical defense and 9% dodge also, by the way. Yeah, we are level 23 now and we have how much strength? We have 38 strength, okay. I mean, I think we're getting pretty close to one of those thresholds where there are like less material equipped. And also, no, that we can't have. We can't have that. We can't have that. If that would have screwed me over, I would have got the mad versus Green Conf. Yes, that is really bad. That can happen. But yes, like the thieves in this. Like it is one of the most absolute annoying things that yes, they can steal weapons and stuff that way, but that is of course because the player can steal weapons as well. But still, it's just like okay, like. But I feel like it has a priority system also with what it steals or whatever. But yeah, but for example, like imagine right if how frustrating if you're weak here or whatever, or, you know, or whatever they somehow manage to escape. Stuff that then is like really annoying, right? So especially if stores throw in a bunch, you know, then you know, every progress reset or whatever. Two. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. How big is the kill now? Seven, I think. It was 8 actually. Eight. 9. 10. Okay, fine. One. 2. 3. 5. finally to begin again. That was really frustrating and stuff, that's right, because you know, like it didn't stop there no matter what I did, okay? That's a bit annoying, but they're gonna be not having full limit break the next battle. So the anatomic systems though, maybe we should never like go for 4 steals though, or even 6 steals, right? That if we don't get it within 2 steals, we shouldn't like go for it at all and then just kill them just to save time. But I'm curious, what do the wolves have? Do they have regular potions, or do they have something else? Something more interesting? See that thing. We're gonna try and steal in this fight, actually. If I know what. Just the meteor and Thanos here. Oh, fan har det är till fel som dags. Maybe I won't go for 99 here again, it totally depends on a few things. I'm pretty certain we didn't even reach 50, right? We didn't even reach 50 of the thing. One. Fail. And 2. That was a fail. 1. That's a fail. I'm gonna do that because then we aren't gonna waste as much time. 8. I think 1 is not gonna kill them. No. Although I'm pretty certain 1 melee attack should kill them now. Yeah. I feel that that's just much better to do. Now, of course, in the forest also we're gonna be able to steal, right, because keep in mind, right, that the carbon bagging was not as much worth as like the hard edges. Meaning, for example, we're going to be able to have much more money potential here, depending on how many Grand Gloves we go for. One, okay, that's good. One. Two. 3. I'm gonna continue on this one actually. 4. 5. So usually I think this encounter it's easier to 6, okay. Seven, okay, that's fine. And we both. Just keep in mind right there that, I don't know, like you can leave in the comments below, because if you would allow me to, for example, use certain of the boosters, for example, like this would not be like to make things like okay, like you would completely remove the threat from the fight, because I would have the triple speed on, but then I would have like the infinite health on, and then use in order to make the stealing easier, because if we're at 3 times speed, right, then the stealing use becomes super easy. Like it won't be a challenge at all to do a bunch of stealing. Now I have 23 atomic scissors. I think that maybe 30 is fine. 1 atomic scissors. So we get 30 of those, and then we get 30 of the other thing. I think maybe 25 would be enough. 25 atomic scissors is fine. That depends on how much effort we need here. Just finishing that too. Because again, we don't want to take right, because I don't allow ourselves to do the Yugo grind. Now the earliest Yugo grind is once you have the buggy, because that's when the alarm works. The alarm mode does not work the first time you're there. And theoretically, right, you cannot ride the ship over. Okay, fine, maybe we actually steal 2 high potions here. Revolt. Get us that, does not kill. Please set them in fight throw now, actually. Yes. Nice. How close have we to? Too pretty close, but yeah, you can see even lighting is very far away there. Stuff that. And Chocobo of course doesn't require that much, really, to be honest. The thing is, the Chocobo Nog is like by far the fastest summon to master. It's actually pretty good. Again, why are the summons so good? Because the summons are often an easy way to get a lot of kills against weaker enemies. Okay, first the atomic scissors again. Can we get it within 7 tries this time? But can we get it like very quick? 1. Oh, my throat, man. We have some coffee left, actually. Let's make some coffee. Or espresso, rather. I mean a double shot. Not a triple shot. It was a triple shot I made one time that completely like ruined my stomach for several days, and it made me like have like a lot of stomach issues. Because like triple shot can be very dangerous with how strong that can be. Okay, that was the second attempt there, so part 2. fights with always people, you know. Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely growing in power by a lot of spells. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it actually. We're gonna call it a day there. And now we're gonna go back to the Chocobo farm. We're gonna sell 25 atomic scissors. Yes, we're gonna sell 25 atomic scissors because that will also be okay. Like that will be the decider of how many grand gloves we're gonna steal, stuff like that. And now we don't actually need to hold back here. I should actually put myself in the front row here actually instead. I mean, we can start using like long range material as well, but yeah, we should be able to kill most enemies soon, like in single hits and stuff like that because of our level. I'm still a bit worried about the Midgard-Solon fight though, by the way, because we will need to do that fight solo now and stuff like that, and we need to like beat it solo and stuff like that. Okay, so let's be in front row here. Now I don't remember if it theoretically has an elemental weakness or not. It depends on a few things, you know, if it has an elemental weakness or not. Talisman might indeed be very, very useful and stuff like that, but that depends on if we're gonna have to deal with beta or not. The thing is, last time we didn't have to deal with beta and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, of course we cannot use any enemy skill at all, but we are allowed to pick up the enemy skill material just because, you know. So the thing is, with Chocobo material though, we could theoretically stun it. And the same thing actually with the this is a fight I definitely take here. Because this could be 2 more high potions here that we can steal, yes. The high potion is just a crazy steal here. First round off. I mean, that is like very, very powerful on its own, like stealing like high potions. I'm really curious though, right? Like Rufus having Protect West totally makes sense. Right, but why does, for example, why does Bottom Swell give you the power wrist? Did Bottom Swell eat someone and stuff that had a power wrist? You know, did he eat someone? You know. Okay. Selling for 25 atomic scissors. First we sell Aether though. And then we sell 25 atomic scissors for 70,000. You sell 6 potions. Sell a Fixa. Okay, so at 127,000. Not that much. Not that much. Yeah, we're still ways to go. Okay, so now we need to do the setup. So elemental, fire. You know what, we do use a sense here. I also think we equip Chocobo Lure because of the luck there. And we Chocomog it. And then we just restore and we poison. Just something back to hope. I think we could be able to clear it here with this because this should have 5 damage. Yes, it has 5 damage. So yeah, now we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight him again, and now this time it's gonna be the proper solo thing. So that, but yeah. Okay, so 25 atomic scissor wasn't super worth, but what? Huh? Was Man in Black Cape, yeah. The marches, yeah. Oh. I can't always though that there could have been like, you know. Okay. So you know what? The other characters won't get killed off, but or before the battle, but they will like, you know. Now the thing is, right, that if we can make it over though, then that would be very good if we can. So let's save here. Some area. Did not want to get into the counter, even though this would be like very good XP probably. Well, I mean, we could just go over without even having to face it. That's an alternative I didn't realize. Fine, but we're gonna have to fight it on the way out then instead because we cannot go too far in. Anyway, so all lightning, all ice, restore, steel, and fire, and fire. Ready, Fira! Right, so now comes the stealing of Grand Gloves. Now comes the stealing of the Grand Gloves. Once again. Pork. And I actually like the fact that they expanded the meteor mines to something that I actually did like in Beatrot actually and stuff. That was something that was good that they actually did. But we need a very certain specific encounter here and stuff that we need ball and chain enemies because those are the ones that have the Gunning Gloves. Also the enemies with the Gunning Gloves. And this has been part, what is it? Part 13 I think. It was part 13 and 14, something like that works. How to remember. And my problem though is getting that specific encounter is not the easiest thing in the world, you know. I mean, when we go on for 25 grand gloves, we will see. Because it feels like it would be cheap if we would go for 99 unless, of course, unless this becomes like easier to steal and stuff like that, you know. Okay. And anyway, I see you all in the next one coming right.